Views expressed on STPP are solely our own and do not reflect those of our employers or affiliated organizations. Listener discretion is advised. Give it one now. Can we just start normal?
That is our normal start.
Sadly, it is. Yeah. Hello, welcome to the first episode of Save the Planet podcast with our newest co-host, Druid. Welcome. Both welcome back and welcome permanently.
Yay!
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yay! Oh. Celebrate a little bit.
Just get the groove going there. The groove. Oh, man, I am tired as hell. Ugh.
Stop it.
I had a nap earlier, so I'm good.
Shut up. I almost took one. I got everything set up and I was just chilling here and I did close my eyes for a minute and I almost did, but I'm like, no, my narcoleptic way will go to sleep just sitting in this chair. So I had to stand up.
Yes, you will. Yes.
I mean, that's old school ways. I'm not starting off 2026 going backwards. I'm going forwards.
Yeah, back in the day we missed many a podcast from you sleeping.
I was sleepy.
I know.
I was sleepy here today too, and I'm still here. Darn it!
Damn straight.
I'm definitely sleepy. I never get enough rest. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
I'm gonna sue the Sandman for neglect.
Welcome in, everyone. I'm Keith.
I'm Jack.
I'm Duane.
Yeah. Yeah, there
you go.
Nice. So
yeah, you're part of the show now. We don't introduce you anymore. You introduce yourself, Tim.
Yeah, you got to introduce yourself. We just said, well, now you got to do it yourself.
Yeah, I'm independent.
Yeah, independence. Whoa.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, I'm
He's a big boy
now.
Yeah.
Well, pull them Pampers up tight because we got a show for you today.
Oh yeah.
I could make a J-Bomb short joke, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirt is already kind of doing it for me. He's already a big kid.
Don't be bashing the turtles. I'll be a big kid till the day I die.
I'm not going to bash the turtles. I would never.
I do like it. The Ninja Turtles.
So welcome in. We have a rundown going here that we usually look off of. I'm trying to get my thoughts straight as I get closer and closer into perfect sleep that I want to do, but we will get through this episode and get through the after show, and then my fat is going to bed.
Until then, keep it together, man.
Shut up. I don't want to hear nothing from you, Mr. I took a nap before the podcast.
You're gonna hear plenty from me for the next hour and a half.
I know because there's a lot of stuff we need to talk about, including one of the
Mhm.
first things that we have on here is that something one of Druid's first things he sent that kind of piqued my interest too. It's a good way to
Oh yeah.
start the second half of the 2020s. Honestly, he sent me a video, a bunch of people just talking about how things just really don't seem the same since 2020, and I'm going to be completely honest here. While I agree, I cannot speak in particular. So, for like probably the next half an hour or so, if that 15 minutes, half an hour, you two can just talk about whatever in this instance you want to talk about here because what I do outside of the podcast and stuff, I gotta probably keep quiet on things. But I will
You
move
got
along as we go. So yeah, things haven't seemed like they've been the same since 2020. How would you describe this there, Duane?
Oh man. There's probably multiple ways I can go about this, or I can touch a little bit on each. I mean, it could be just because of just good old fashioned political climates making changes to, I guess you would say, the environment. Late, the past some odd years, things have definitely kind of morphed from the old stale ways that they used to be. Younger generations are getting a little older and being a little more active, so that could be it. Uh, then you start slipping into a little more conspiratorial areas. For instance, some people say good old CERN has changed things. And then, which I don't know if everybody is like familiar with that, the particle collider ordeal. Everybody's like, oh, they're experimenting with it and cracking holes in time and space and everything. And supposedly we've slipped into a different timeline, destroying the last. That's why everybody feels like everything is slightly different. And I mean, I cannot confirm or deny. I'm just speaking on things. This is not, I read things and then I just kind of say, hey, have you heard about this crazy stuff? Well, what do you think? I'm not advocating for anything in particularly, but these are just things I hear, and I'm like, you know, there's so many people touching on it. Like that video that I sent you, I just watched that video and saw like what 12 people talking about it, or maybe I don't think it was quite that many, but it was a handful of people all talking about the same thing. And it seems like the things in the world are just slightly different and not in a way that, that's normal. Like everything's always changing, but this seems like in particularly odd that your normal everyday things like what appears on social media, what even things a little more personal, as if somebody came into your personal life and just slightly changed things a little. It's I guess let me try to come up with a in particular example. For instance, like the Mandela effect thing, where there's things, many different things, not just one or two, but many different things in many different people's lives that are like, the spelling of Cartoon Network or Looney Tunes being slightly altered, or old commercials you could have swore you know were in a particular way when you were a kid and growing up that just slightly changed, and you're like, was it always like that, or is it changed?
Mm-hmm.
That's different things I've noticed that's popped up, and not just in that video. I mean, when I'm just flipping through social media, I've seen countless videos of people claiming that things just are not quite right or not quite the same as they used to be. I guess I could elaborate a little better, but I'm gonna give Jack the chance to chime in on what he thinks about it.
Uh, I mean, as far as like things being different, I feel like generations, things change anyway.
Mhm.
I feel like, like when 1999 ended and the year 2000 started, it felt like everything had changed then. Uh, I just feel like it's probably, in my opinion, it's just something that the world goes through every now and then. It's just another sand in the damn hourglass, so to speak. It's just moving forward, and things will always change, and sometimes they'll change violently. Sometimes they'll change quickly. Um, so yeah, it could be the CERN super collider in Switzerland, up the world, or we're just it up. Either way about it, things are different, especially since 2020. But I mean, I feel like a lot of changes happened. When the pandemic hit, everybody lost their minds, everybody freaked out, and it changed the way a lot of people live their lives since then. Um, because there's some people that's like me that COVID's just a glorified flu, and then there's some people they hear the word COVID, they're locking themselves in their house. Still, 6 years later, yeah, freaking out. So it's things are always going to change. I guess it's really just each person's perception on how much really has changed and what's really just stayed the same that we're seeing more of. Um, because like you brought up social media, social media is changing daily, especially with AI getting involved now.
Mm.
So that's changing. Every day that changes. So who knows what it'll be like next week? It's just we're in an information era, and it's so easy to get information that I think it causes people to panic a little bit.
Yeah, and to touch up on the pandemic thing, it's like we were not used to just being locked up in our houses like that. And when you are, and you can't work, you can't do all the things you normally do, you got a lot of time in your hands to just notice things. You know, when you're usually
That's for
so
sure.
busy working and doing everything, you're out of the house. You ain't, when you're locked up like that, you just kind of just notice every small detail about everything. Because I mean, what else are you gonna do? What else do you have to
Right?
do? Notice
Yeah.
these things, and that alone, especially when you have a whole society, like the whole world was like that. I mean, that's crazy. That doesn't happen every day. So it's literally everybody in every population on every single continent that are just bored as hell and stuck just on social media, doom scrolling every single day. So you're gonna notice a lot, especially collectively. So that alone could have been the one thing that made everybody start feeling this way and notice all these little small changes, and or just finally notice what was actually there. And I definitely feel like that played a huge role in what people may be overanalyzing, I think.
Well, when
Without
you
a
live in
doubt.
a world that you're so used to being out and doing things, and then all of a sudden you have to stay in for one reason or another, even afterwards, even after everything's back to normal, it's like that's gonna change you for sure.
Yeah, that is a fact.
Well, it's like it's like the older you get, the more the more things you can talk about that you've survived through. Um, I feel like because it's every generation. You got the ones that saw JFK be assassinated. You got the ones that saw the space shuttle explode. You got 9/11. You got COVID. You Y2K. I mean, and all those things that people live through in their lives. It will cause them to change, and I feel like COVID was a big one just because of the seclusion.
Hmm.
Um,
Yes.
we were all secluded. We weren't allowed to be around each other, um, except for like we do on here. You could get
Mm.
online all day long and talk to people, but you know, at that time, what was the rule? Like you couldn't have more than like at Thanksgiving, they was wanting like no more than like seven people or something like that.
Wild.
At your
Yeah.
home for
Just
just the crazy ass rules, um, which most people ignored. But But that was a game changer for a lot of people, and like I said, going back to information, it's just nowadays people. I feel like sometimes I wonder if people get access to too much information.
It is more than any time in humanity, evidently.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's just like when they turned on that faucet and then broke the handle. You know, it's always constantly pouring, and it's more information than ever that society has had all at once.
It's not
So
only the fact that you can have access to so much information, it's so much information and how fast and simple it is to get into it as well. And like you
true.
get onto TikTok and you see YouTube Shorts make it even quicker and shorter forms of it. Whether it's right or wrong, you still have that information you can get, and it's just nuts. And how doesn't that affect, along with everything that happened with 2020, how doesn't that affect anything going on now?
hmm
It would be
I
almost
mean,
Yeah.
especially when you got people, like we've talked about before, people that are getting a hold of AI and making up bullshit with it, or trying to make fake news and stuff like that, and then posting it out there, and it's got to the point where people have not only got access to information, but people have access to be able to alter information and make it whatever the hell they want to, and it damn near be believable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gotten to the point where anything I read on anything, I'm automatically going and like searching this and trying to find out if it's true or not, because there's so much bull out there. You got to filter through the bull to find the truth on anything.
I want to say real
Yeah.
quick, it's wild that so you talking about the AI stuff. It's wild that the first time that we had Druid on was really the first time we talked about AI on Save the Planet podcast, and within like a couple months, my mind had already changed because at that time I was going nuts with it. I was a big fan of it. I liked using it to make the characters and everything. Took forever to do it, but I like to do it. And then, like, not even a couple months later, I'm just like, I, I don't think this is a good thing overall. I mean, it can be, but people like to abuse things, and
Do you really trust humanity?
yeah,
I mean, individual people, there are certain that are, you give it the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I can probably trust them, but as a whole,
it's a great
and with
point.
so much power, that's a lot of power.
Mm-hmm.
Just being able to alter things on AI.
I think it was said perfectly, and I won't get it like completely word for word, but the old movie Men in Black, Tommy Lee Jones, he said, a person is smart. A person can think and figure out things for themselves, but people as a group, crazy as
You know, it's like the ultimate split personalities.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
So many people all at once as a collective. They're literally just pulling apart most of the time.
Almost a hive mind kind of mentality.
Yeah, or maybe three or many different ones trying to work together.
Right.
Thinks this way, this whole group thinks another way, and these two whole groups are kind of thinking two completely different things, and they all want to immediately do something. And
Right.
if they all at once, they're all going to be like,
It's all going to be just complete chaos.
mm-hmm. Things are going, mistakes will be made.
Definitely.
It's one of those things where, like, I think humanity works better once like something bad happens. That way good things can come from it. Unfortunately, and it's unfortunate that something probably bad has to happen in order for changes to be made. And it sucks that it has to go down that path, because that means that, oh my goodness, we're not at the bad part yet.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. It does suck that it has to have something that detrimental happen just for everybody to unify on some in particular subject,
Mm-hmm.
Like perfect example is like I brought up earlier, 9/11. You know, 9/11 united the entire country for a long time, and now this country is so damn divided and hates each other so much that they're about damn ready to eat each other.
It's true.
And it's been what what September 11th was what 2001.
Yeah.
So it's been 25 years, almost, and now we've declined into everybody wants to kill each other.
The
So
passion
it's scary. It's scary to think of what our next 9/11 will be that tries to unite us if we ever have anything that will unite us.
Changes, man. How time changes so much. 100%. And
like that old song.
mm-hmm. And speaking of changes, recently, actually at the very beginning of the year, one of the bigger changes happened in terms of TV and music in particular. And seeing as how Druid's in a band, you've been involved in bands too, I thought this would be appropriate to talk about. But MTV, who started as a huge music channel, has decided to go ahead and shut down all of their music centric channels. And I believe the only ones that are remaining of MTV is their main one, MTV2, and just regional channels based on different countries you might be in or whatnot. The channels that were shut down included ones like MTV Music, 80s, 90s, 2000s, stuff like that. And I wanted to get your all take on these channels being shut down. What do you think about that happening?
Well, I, in particularly, am like it. Even though they have changed so much that it literally, I mean, I just didn't care about them as much anymore because it was very rarely about music anymore. Um, because for I guess I'm old enough to be like, I remember when it was actually just music all the time and music videos to bridging over to being like the live countdowns and what was it called? When they had all the oh my god, what do they call it? Reality TVs and stuff like that. What that weren't really reality at all because most of them were actually scripted.
Mm-hmm.
But when they converted from the music over to that kind of stuff, I started losing a lot of interest because I was like, what the hell does this have to do with music? But okay. Um, but they went bridging over from all that stuff. But even though that kind of turned me off really hard, it now is bridged over to where they were almost irrelevant with all of the different music apps and stuff like that. But something in my heart still feels like it has died for
Mm-hmm.
some odd reason. Because I guess I remember being a little kid when MTV first came out, and Radio Killed the Music Star aired for the like, and they had all these really wild, almost semi-morbid, weird little shorts and stuff in the middle of the music countdowns and the music videos and stuff. I used to love that stuff. I even loved when they had things like Eon Flux and the Max and different things like the cartoons and stuff that were super adult but super cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it definitely makes me feel like I guess where I grew up with it, it does feel like a little piece of me is gone, but it again it had morphed into something that I didn't really completely recognize. So it's also kind of like meh.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as with me, and Druid brought it up. And Keith, I doubt you was even old enough to remember when MTV played nothing but music. Uh, it started in like about mid '90s is when things started going away from being about music and like Druid said, started being about reality TV. The real world and like that.
Yeah.
But I did like the adult cartoons. That was where Beavis and Butthead got their start. Beavis and Butthead was on MTV. Um, so MTV stopped being MTV back in the early '90s.
Mm,
That's why they ended up creating MTV2 in the first place, was because MTV had done become a bunch of TV shows, and they wasn't playing any music, so they created MTV2 to play music videos. But you know, like I said, it hasn't been MTV in forever. It hasn't been music TV. Might as well change the damn name of the channel anyway. Um, but like you touched on a little bit with there being apps like Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. I mean, just so many different ways to get the music you want to hear right then instead of watching some channel hoping to God they played the song you want to hear. It has kind of outlived its relevancy. It's not really needed anymore in this day and age. Just because you want music, you can get to it just by swiping on your phone and typing in whatever the hell you want to hear. Um, so I feel like we're in that point where I feel like even radio is starting to die off just for that simple fact. It's so easy to get a hold of whatever you want to hear. You don't need to sit and turn on a radio station and wait for them to play something you like. You could just do it your damn self. We're all our own little DJs nowadays. We don't
That's
need
true.
anybody for that. We don't need anybody for that anymore.
While I get that, and like stuff like what we do, podcasting and stuff can go do like can replace talk radio, and yeah, you can get like music and stuff anywhere. I don't 100% agree in the sense that radio is always going to be there just because you can get radio whenever anything else is off or out, honestly. And radio is a
Yeah,
really necessary thing to both stay on and make sure it stays on. And while it may not be as big as it once was, heck, it's not even as big as what it was 10, 20 years ago or so now, not even close. But I don't think it'll ever go away. If I think it's at the honestly, I do think it's at like the lowest it can possibly get, because if it went any lower, then I think there would be like um some help from either government officials or some kind of help from people in general, just try to make sure that we have radio as a last resort emergency thing in order to have just in case like TV, internet goes out, because radio is literally the last resort.
yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like there,
yeah. Man.
it's hard
There,
to.
there's always broadcasting over the airwaves.
Yeah, yeah. So radio will always be a thing, even if it's not as prevalent as it ever used to be, for sure.
Yeah.
You also mentioned,
Oh,
Druid, that Video Killed the Radio Star was the first music video that was played on MTV. On MTV Music, it was actually the last video played on there before they shut down. So it was a nice little, yeah, nice little closing of a chapter there when it came to that channel. And then you said, Jack, that YouTube and this other things don't make these channels really necessary. I kind of agree. Like, do you really need to have, because that has to, in MTV's case, cost a lot of money to keep all these channels working and running 24/7, that you could be prioritizing towards other things. If you're worried doing that and worried about that, that's a lot of wasted money. And if they've had it
yeah,
going for this long, look how much money they've probably just wasted in the last 10, 15 years, knowing that YouTube, Spotify has gotten as big as they are, Apple Music, whatever you want, and they're just playing music videos from like the 80s, 90s or whatever on loop. What kind of even if they get plenty of advertising on there, what are they really making in return? How many people are
right.
really watching that?
I mean, it's
I,
about the same as it's about the same example as we're not there yet, but we're getting close with the way video streaming services have got. It's almost made it to where most people don't give a shit about having cable or satellite to watch TV anymore. They're just getting internet and getting their streaming services and being happy with it. So it's almost the same kind of thing. It's just we're technology is evolving to the point where some things are just no longer needed.
You can make just as much money if you just put it on YouTube for free and allow ads on there that you could probably in like 3 days having it looped on MTV Music. I could guarantee you with like just a couple videos, you could do that.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
better off just making their own YouTube channel, putting their videos and having them like linked with certain artists, and just going from there.
Yeah, imagine views that even if MTV wasn't all that relevant now, if they actually just went on to YouTube and different stuff like and other platforms. I mean, they could go on Rumble, YouTube, and many others. And heck, there's such a icon that those platforms within themselves would be like, yeah, I would love to team up with MTV and make you guys a whole like in particular channel. I mean, people would go back and hit that like button and subscribe button quick as hell because it's MTV. You
Yeah,
know,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like you
like
can't
they could probably be making more money and everything just from monetization on those platforms.
you can't tell me that these sites wouldn't want the MTV brand and legacy under with them, linked with them, and not do anything with them. Why would you? Look at the history of MTV. Look at the history of all these cable networks. If MTV wanted to just get out of the game of cable TV, which will never happen, there will at least be one MTV on cable television. I'm convinced, as long as cable TV is still a thing. But if they wanted to switch most of their focus on to YouTube and other internet things, you can't tell me YouTube or Amazon or some kind of big company wouldn't be like, here's all your money. Paramount would give them a section on Paramount Plus and just be like, have fun.
That's what I was about to say. You know, Paramount owns MTV anyway, so they can do whatever the hell they want with that name. And as long as you're using the brand, you know, the name of MTV, you're going to make money off of it.
Absolutely.
I wonder why they haven't done something like that. Maybe I don't know. I feel like it would probably be the owner or co like the whoever actually holds the rights to MTV and stuff like that. Probably it's like I don't want to share with these other platforms or something, or maybe I don't know. I'm just speculating, but
Or
it, it just
this could be a move by Paramount saying, "Hey, let's go ahead and kill it, get everybody's interest back up in it, and here in a few months or a year, we'll give MTV their own part on Paramount." You know?
yeah. Or I feel like something will probably come of that. I bet so many people are going to be like, what? Why? That they end up bringing a comeback or some in some way, shape, or form.
There's also
Yeah.
probably the case of maybe it's some of the heads of MTV or something not really looking at the internet. Like, as stupid as it might sound, they might still be so full on legacy media in terms of cable or whatnot. They don't want to give internet a chance. They don't want to give YouTube and them a chance, and they don't want to link their stuff with them.
I could definitely see that happening or being a thing.
It's an old school mentality in that sense.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, MTV's kind of an old school thing now. So,
It really is. Yeah.
yeah.
Very much so. I mean, it came out in the '80s and it's 20, the 2020s, so it's
Yeah,
like,
if you think about it, 2000s are old school now.
right?
Like,
That is kind
I was
think
talking
of,
to a buddy of mine about like retro video games and stuff, and it's weird to think that because my brain still goes to like the NES and the Atari, but like no, it's like the PS2 and the Xbox 360 is about ready to be retro, and it's like no way, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I don't like
man.
thinking of that.
I mentioned Bomberman earlier. Lil Jack looking like he's got the bubble around his head. I wonder how many people are going to be like, what the hell is he talking about? What the hell's a Bomberman? Mom, what's a Bomberman?
Yeah.
You look like a redneck Pikmin. Put a picture up, Future Keith, of a Pikmin and just compare the two. Seriously. They look the same. No, not particularly a Pikmin, but the guy that controls the Pikmin. Because he's got that helmet on there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of funny. We're kind of talking about MTV, and then MTV's thing was the astronaut.
Oh yeah,
Always,
that's right.
floating around. So yeah, I just need a white suit right now, and it'd be
And an
perfect.
MTV flag.
I'm
And put,
totally
put a little
going.
American flag on it.
I am totally going to take a screenshot of you at some point, and just in a short, just have you floating across space. Just look at.
Bigger than hand.
Ah,
That's funny.
that'll be a damn GIF by the end of this year. That'll be a GIF
oh yeah.
of just me.
Definitely see that.
Yeah.
Way to start off 2026 strong with a brand new bit.
It'll be a GIF, but no one will use it.
I mean, I'll use it every day. Don't tip me.
People will be like, "What the hell is this?" I'll be like, "You don't know."
You, oh, may we show you how this came about,
Yeah, you're just not cool enough to know what this is.
dude? The
That's all
image
it
of you just going like is
Day.
enough for
Yeah.
me to just like be that's a million hits right there.
is. People will be making it like their screensaver, like the old days with the fish that would just continuously float by the screen. It'd just be me going.
Oh my god.
I could see that.
Music TV.
Oh, nice.
How many of the shows now have that announcer to say is MTV go MTV, and while
Yeah.
it says it's just like MTV.
I don't know. If it'd be MTV, I'd be going.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Or
Why? We got so
because
far.
I can.
See now
Because I can.
see, now I gotta mark it here. Make sure that I get that for later. I miss a lot of. You know that?
we all
I do a lot of on purpose, just hoping you miss something.
I know you do. Damn it!
can watch it and be like, "Oh, you missed it."
yeah.
Oh, there was one. There was an episode recently that I completely missed, like half the cursing and whatnot, and I'm trying to like make the show available for everyone to listen to free in a certain way, but I have to at least cut out some of the worst cursing, and then I was just so lazy. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. And I use like Adobe's Translate thing to help me find like the words and stuff that are through there. It missed over half the things we were talking about. And I'm just like, you're not helping things here. You're supposed to help. I don't want to listen to this crap again. I was there. I don't want to hear it.
Exactly. That's why I don't listen to the podcast, because I was there.
I don't expect you to listen to it anyways. You were here.
I heard it and seen it live in real time. I don't need to see it again.
Yeah, you're too busy doing space missions.
Yeah. Right. That's right.
We have planets to save, damn it, and you're too busy out there scouting out the area.
I'm a pest control guy and an astronaut. My next step is to be a Starship Trooper.
I mean,
I'm gonna kill some bugs, man.
that's just
Kill
a
some
natural
big
progression.
bugs. Yeah.
So I think it's time to play a little game.
Oh no.
Little game that I
Alright.
didn't fully prep for because I ran out of time and got really busy and blah blah blah. But while you all were talking, I wrote some down on my phone. That's why every now
It's
and
not
then
like
you see me look down and be like, oh, I thought of a couple
it's
things.
not like a Saw movie or nothing. We're not playing any of those kind of games.
No, we're not going to make sure you're dead after this. You'll be fine. We want you here for next week.
It's like truth or dare.
It's
I don't need Keith popping in with a white painted face with the little spirals and yeah, go on play a game.
I think I would look cute like that.
Oh, dude, I seen a kid dressed like that at Halloween a couple of years ago. That kid was awesome.
I was trying to make it really awkward, and I'm kind of upset that you just railed right through it. So I'm just going to move on.
No, because now I'm looking at your face and I'm picturing it white with the spirals, and yeah, you should totally do
No,
that.
I don't give a anymore. Let's move on.
Yes, sir. I like that.
Specialist astronaut Jack ready for mission.
Oh, I've got to put all these together now and find where you were talking and then put that as like the very beginning of it. It's like, oh. That one's going to be fun. So we are going to play just a simple game of this or that. Now, I also am going to ask you to rank your top 4 of the ones that you choose. However, I only have maybe 6, so it's going to be a little bit easier. We were going to do 15, and again, I ran out of time. So this is a last minute this or that with a couple of these things here. And Jack, if you can think of a couple more before whenever I get done with mine, if you can think of a couple more to do off the top of your head, do it, and then Druid, put these in with your 4 favorites of the ones that you choose, if that makes sense.
I think so.
All right. This is basically to get to know you a little more to our listeners, if they don't know, or in future listeners as we continue to grow as a show, once again. So,
People.
there will be no particular personal questions. Like, I'm not going to ask you, hey, do you prefer Jack or do you prefer me? I know that's not what I'm here for, even though I know the answer. So let's get on with it. This is this or that with our new co-host, Duane. First, Coke or Pepsi?
Oh man. I guess Pepsi.
Okay. Hot dogs or hamburgers?
Hamburgers.
Cake or pie?
Definitely cake.
This one might be obvious. Weed or alcohol?
Oh man, definitely weed. It doesn't kill everybody.
PC or Mac?
Oh. PC.
Blue or red?
Red.
PlayStation or Xbox?
That's really hard for you. Like anything you can play a video game on, but I guess I'm gonna say PlayStation.
Yeah, my guy. Jack, you got any off the top of your head?
You stole like every damn one of them I was trying to think of. Freddy or Jason?
Ah.
Ooh. Actually, really neither, but I guess I would. Oh man, that's why you do that to me. I guess I'm gonna say. You don't even mention my favorite. But you said Jason or Freddy. I guess probably Jason.
Jason. Okay.
Just out of curiosity, who was your favorite?
I actually like, well, Ghostface for the most part, but he's like not old school. I mean, he is, but not as old school as Jason or Freddy or Michael Myers. I used to actually.
I don't know. Ghostface's been around for like 25 years now.
True, but I mean, like Jason and Freddy and and Michael Myers has been out probably like for like 30 years earlier or more, maybe. That's probably a horrible estimation, but a lot longer. Yeah.
All right. Alien or Predator?
Alien. I love Predator. There's just a thing about Alien, I don't know. I remember watching it when I was a little kid, and there was just something about it. Find the hive mind mentality of the aliens and the whole story with the xenomorphs, and especially when it goes on in some of the later movies that just more recently came out, going a little more in depth about it, and the show that come out going a little more in depth of the history of where they come from and what they were about. I love Ridley Scott's books and stuff like that, so I loved them. Yeah,
I mean, I'll always be a Predator guy at heart, but Alien is starting to win me over.
I love. Don't get me wrong, man. Alien and Predator are my shiz. Like action sci-fi movie stuff are my shiz. I mean, and both are amazing equally, but it's just something about the aliens that just get me. I love the story, and it's really hard to choose. I'm not gonna lie. It's like aliens right here and predators like just I mean just right there. Like they're making out. Like they switch a little. They switch a little bit every now and again. They take
Yeah,
turns, but
I don't
alien
know
is
why,
my shit.
but when he said they were making out, I automatically thought that old video. Did you ever see the video where the alien's in the shower and the Predator walks in and he's got the towel over his shoulder, and the alien just looks at him and gives him a little head nod, and the Predator reaches over and flushes the toilet, and the alien's like, ah, screaming at you.
Uh,
All right, I got one more. I came up with one more, even though I know his answer to it. But since we're doing this to help people get to know Druid a little better, cats or dogs?
I am. Ah, God, y'all are killing me. Um, I mean, I love animals in general, and I own one of each. But I guess cats. I feel like they're easier to maintain, and
Wow,
Hmm.
I don't know.
I thought I knew Druid. I thought he was going to say dogs. So I'm learning things now too.
I actually, when I was a kid, I was more of a cat person. Like that was what I asked for when I was a kid. Is when pets become a thing and that I was thinking about. I asked for a cat, and I think my parents got me a Russian blue gray cat that like the flat gray that and I named him Blue. So and I just remember as probably like 3 to 8 years old until I believe he was where we lived I don't know who did it, but there was a field that we didn't own in the back and a big one. And they would come along and bale hay out in that field with a tractor. And if I recall correctly, I found my cat bailed up in a bale of hay.
Oh,
Wow.
It's
that's
not
bad.
very listen to mention, but that's what happened, and it was slightly devastating because I think I was like maybe 8 years old, or
Yeah, yeah.
actually probably not.
That's a
But
scarring moment.
Yeah. Tell
it's
me about it.
hard to choose because I've always loved specifically huskies, and of course I have one somewhere.
He's got a big, pretty husky.
Uh, where the heck is she?
Oh, we get to see a
And
dog.
let me see, where you at,
I thought I saw her move.
Oh,
There she is.
there she is.
Betsy? Annie, would you do the
Hey.
puppy?
Hey,
Oh my
puppy.
god, it's a baby, it's a baby puppy. Yeah, I got those, and I got a little black and white tuxedo kitty. Oh, he's curled up over there.
I mean, at least your animal's eyes are straight. Yeah.
Oh, your little baby puppy loves me though. Yeah, I can't look at him particularly, but I know that when it comes in my direction, it's kind of meaning to look at me.
No, that bitch is wall eyes.
He's
And
definitely. Like
You
definitely
haven't
like
been to the house. Have you been to the house since we got the French bulldog?
uh first bulldog.
Yeah, we got a
I
Frenchie here now.
oh no, I don't think so. It's probably been about a few months since I've been there. Maybe
Oh
no.
yeah, so you.
And then what was the last time I come over there?
I think October.
Yeah, it was in October. It was around Halloween. I think I came to a Halloween thingy we did, right?
Yeah,
Or
I think we may have had the Frenchie here then. I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Mm.
Huh.
But she's a pain in the ass.
I don't know.
Just wait till you meet her.
Jericho's been bugging me about coming over there, so I'll have to do that soon. I meant to come for New Year's, but work has literally made me work almost every holiday.
That sucks.
Yeah, bro, I was I work from home, take phone calls, basically doing an app support. And I was taking phone calls while trying to watch my kid open gifts. They didn't even give me like a couple hours to let him open his gifts when he got up. I did it
That's some
anyway.
that's some Scrooge bullshit right there.
Well, they do this thing that they say, and I'm not going to say the name of my company or anything like that because they have a tendency of looking down on you, talking negatively about them at all. But I will say that they were like, you get paid holidays off, but when we say, hey, we need people to work, if you don't pick, we'll give you times that you can choose. And if you don't choose one, like if they say, oh, I can work 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. or something like that. If you don't choose for yourself, they'll go ahead and if they don't get enough volunteers, they'll throw your name in like a hat and draw names of who will work. And if you don't go ahead and choose a time, they'll choose it for you, and you'll end up like with some crazy night shift hours when your day shift are the most inconvenient hours if you don't go ahead and choose for yourself. So if you don't
Oh wow.
volunteer, they just kind of screw you anyway. And I'm like, well, so basically, what you're saying is we have paid days off, but but you're gonna kind of force us to work anyway because we
Right.
don't. It's like that's how is that actually paid days off? It's not. It's not.
It's not. Yeah,
Definitely not.
that takes the purpose away.
It's
Let us
um
review your this or that answers here because now you're going to choose your top four of these. So your answers were Pepsi, hamburgers, cake, weed, PC, red, PlayStation, Jason Voorhees, Alien, and cats. So on your Mount Rushmore of those particular things that we just talked about, what are your four top of those? No particular order of the four, just your four that you would put there.
um let's see. Say and well, maybe slightly in particular. My cat will probably be number one. Uh, my PlayStation, PC, and weed.
Hey, all right.
I'd say if he didn't say weed, he's lying.
I was going to say.
I regulate. Yeah,
I
totally live without.
mean, we live in Virginia. We can say weed all day long.
That's true. We are very legal here. So.
rub it in, rub it in.
But yeah, do I need to give an explanation for what I've chose? Because it'd be fairly easy.
I mean, if you want to.
I choose these things because PC and PlayStation, just gaming in general is a big thing to me, and those are both the platforms that are I have a PlayStation 5 and I have a PCs, and I use them both for gaming and or music, or well, the PCs for many different things, but um, both are used for gaming. And of course, I already explained that I love it. My God, he's my guilty. So I
Here's
gotta
your
love
boy,
him.
Blue.
And weed is how I go through life um, without taking out mofos and shit. So I was trying to find a way to put that was podcast friendly.
He's trying to water that one down a little bit.
Yeah,
You don't
a
have
little
to
snap.
water anything down. You can say it. I'll deal with it later. That
Well,
just
I'll save those for when I really accidentally slip up. So, but yeah,
fine by me.
I love my weed and PCs and PlayStations and all that stuff. So
Oh
all
my.
those are, not gonna lie, Pepsi is kind of close, and cake was pretty close too.
Would you have put cake
the cake comes after the weed.
Exactly.
and the Pepsi?
Yeah.
Combine the two. You can put the weed in the cake, or the cake in the weed.
What about the weed? What about the weed and the Pepsi?
Oh my God! If you did that, that would probably be one of my favorites. It'd be like Weedsy.
Bar mine.
Oh, nice. You have weed in your Pepsi?
I have Pepsi in my Pepsi.
Like store down the road that like one of the shops, and I mean not just a head shop, it's a shop for specifically for buds, and they had this like nectar that if you bring your own drink in there, I was all the time bringing like a Nas energy drink, or my favorite is Rockstar with strawberry, and energy drinks. So it's very conflicting. It's almost like, excuse the term, but speedballing or something, because you're drinking energy. This nectar that's just THC
Yeah.
nectar in a syringe. They open it up and they take the syringe and just squirt it in your drink, and like stir it up just a little bit, and you drink that son of a bitch, and you don't know whether you're hyper or if you're about to take a nap or eat some cookies and take a nap. You're just like, but yeah, I would
like
definitely use those.
it's like Cat Williams said about that alcohol that has coffee in it. It's like you up, but you can't go to sleep.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of exactly how it was.
Without the
I mean,
consumption of drugs, I am on the end of the nap.
but you could squirt some of that in your Pepsi. I mean, I'd sit here and every time I had to, for like, I guess like the first whole year I was streaming, or just starting streaming, and everything was slightly legal, or just starting to be legal. They put this shop down the road, literally right off the exit of where I live, and they showed me that, and I would be in there like 2 or 3 times a week. Excuse me, 2 or 3 times a week, right before I was going to live stream and game, and get one of those things and come in here and just. I mean, I remember watching some of the playbacks, and I'd be sitting there like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
And I was playing a game. Yeah, I was playing a video game. Yeah.
Lost in the literal sauce.
Yeah. I didn't believe them when they were like, "This is pretty potent." I was like, and then I watched the playback. Like they were not lying. They're drooling on my.
Druid was like, "I can handle this. I'm a veteran," and then he just.
Yeah. No.
You handle it for all of a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like I was a veteran until somebody gave me a damn red velvet cake ball that completely
Ooh.
ruined my world. Yeah.
It's
Dang.
kind of like when sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I already got a feeling I know what you're about to bring up.
I was gonna that makes me recall the whole knockout nerds I believe I brought
Oh
to your house that one.
God.
I gave it to a couple of those members and they come back to me like, bro, what was that? And I'm like, it's from the THC, bro. Did you eat the whole thing? They're like, oh my god! if you don't eat edibles, bro, don't. I told you not to eat the whole thing.
I think poor Pops was one of those. I remember looking over and Pops was just like,
Oh.
Yes. Yeah,
he was gone.
I can
Like
imagine.
I picture inside his head was just like one of those, call cannot be placed as dialed going on in there. Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so funny. I wish I could laugh harder at that. But man, because I'm just seeing the visual of Pops really stoned and that voice just going, "Your call cannot be completed as dialed."
It's noise.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That might be one of the hidden gem jokes I think you've ever said. One of the top hidden gem jokes. Like we go back, we're gonna get like halfway through this year, and people are gonna bring up, "Hey, you remember that joke you said about Pops?" No,
That
we
would
don't.
be
What are you
sick.
talking about? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, where the operator is standing by. I gotcha.
Exactly.
That was so good. All right. I have started laying back. I got way too
Yeah.
much headroom up here now. I'm
Awesome.
falling.
And you're down a foot.
I'm falling. But before we start the wrap up or whatever, I need to bring up one thing I keep seeing throughout this episode, and it's not bothering me, but it's bugging me. Why the does your phone keep on shaking like you're on a washer or something, Jack? What is that?
I knew it was going to get brought up. Every time it happens, I grab my table, trying to keep it steady.
Yeah.
But
What is that?
Yeah, Donna's doing laundry, and
Oh, so it is a
do this.
washer.
Yeah, it is a washer. I do this in the laundry room, and I'm like 4 feet away from the washer.
Oh,
So
okay.
when it hits that spin cycle, the whole damn floor just kind of shakes a little bit.
Because it
The
did.
last time it did it, I just said it and didn't even try. I just let it vibrate.
Because it did it a couple times, and I just ignored it because I was like, oh, it's just maybe a little glitch or whatever. But then it did it a
Yeah.
couple minutes ago. I was just like, that one's kind of egregious. And it did, and it
Right?
just now did it again before we were about to wrap up, and I'm just like, all right, come on. I can't let this
Yeah.
pass.
I thought he was like touching the table and like like people cross their legs and just
I'll
kinda,
shake their leg. Yeah.
they're doing something
No,
like that. Like, wow,
no, it's the washer. Yeah. But
Oh,
like I
no.
said, through this whole podcast, I've tried to like grab the table to keep it from shaking. But the last time it did it, I just said, "I let it go." And like, the whole damn phone was doing this.
Oh, I know what it was. It was
space doing the MTV guy thing.
it was turbulence.
Yeah,
Turbulent. Yeah.
from the space shuttle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Or I've
so.
been watching too much. I've been watching too much Stranger Things. I'm starting to get powers. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's shaking where you're like,
Yeah. And if it does it again, I'm just going to start doing that to the camera.
Well, you'll have to do that on the after show.
Yeah.
off control.
Which I thought I was better set up for this. There we go.
Hey.
So this isn't going to be as lively as I will probably do next week.
God damn it.
Oh yeah, he disappeared on me. Oh, there he is.
I'm right here. I go full screen for this. Leave me alone.
He goes full screen for this.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, we're a 3-man group now. So that means we can get even more wilder stuff on the after show, as talked about, once we wrap up here. If you want access to all of those particular episodes, you have to go to our Patreon. For $5 a month, which, by the way, thank you to our patrons. Randy with the $1 tier, and Donna, of course, with the $5. Thank you so much. For $5 a month, you get full access to all STA episodes from when we first started in 2023 to now. 2020, 2022, it doesn't. Who cares? 20, 30 extra minutes, off the cuff, stupid. Also, for $1 a month, but if you don't want to do the $5, $1 a month, you get STPP Uncensored, you get Video MO, which is my video game podcast, but you actually get to see me, which who doesn't? The video version, yeah, that's what I said. I don't like ads, so the reason why we do this is to get a little bit of money in it, and you can at least listen or watch STPP for free, but not censored. If you want the uncensored version, it's only $1 a month. It's not that big of a deal. Go listen, and you get the full STPP experience. That is patreon.com. For now, anyways, it is patreon.com/STPP with Jack and Keith. Patreon.com/STPPWJACK letter N KEITH. I will be changing the URL in time to include Duane and to make this not just Jack and I's podcast, but our podcast. Yeah. Well, we got to. You're our co-host now. And on the after show, I'm going to spoil a little thing about next week that involves someone else that is known to this show. So stay.
This is killing me.
You all seen the rundown. Shut up. You know who it is.
Trying to be elusive,
Dan. Advice for this week. I had a big spiel I was going to go into. It was kind of smart and whatever, but I don't want to do that. So just be good and have fun.
Be good? What? That's not fun.
No, have fun.
There you
go. I didn't want to go into that. I'm almost dead right now. Like we
That's
still
good enough. That's good enough.
We still got like another half hour to go with the after show. I'm going to be like slumped over half the time. YouTube are going to have to keep me going for at least a couple more minutes. So be funny, damn it.
I'm always funny.
Funny looking. Oh, don't clip that. Don't clip that. Do not, Keith. Whatever you do. I know it's going to be hard because it's just right there. It's like, oh, but no, don't do it, future Keith. Don't you dare.
I feel the invasion coming.
Oh, God.
Damn it. No, we're so close. And now I got to tell you full screen because you're the one that sends us out. Damn it. I hate this job so much.
Everywhere.
I hate it so much. This was a bad idea.
Good evening.
Druid, thanks for joining us and being our new co-host. We can't wait to have you back next week and every week here on after. Jack, go yourself. Send us out. I love your faces.
Well, before I go myself, we'll do an after show. But anyway, Everybody have a great week.
That one extra.
Do what? I didn't hear you. What?
So if they want to see you go yourself, it's extra.
That's right. Yeah, that's a different tier on Patreon. That's for our $10 tier members. But anyway,
That's our
No,
link
sir,
section.
dog, no.
yeah, Keith's gonna post a link to my.
Jesus.
But anyway, everybody have a great week. Be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. And as always, stay metal.
But he said to be funny.
Wow. It did.
Yeah.